Have you always enjoyed the skill-testing action of roguelike RPGs but felt they were missing the randomized pachinko fun of a ball bouncing on pegs and falling into a hole? Well, now there's finally a familiar roguelike RPG with all the pachinko you can handle, and it has this cool-ass little goblin. Bust out your balls because it's time for Peglin. Dive into the role of this cool-ass little goblin as you venture into the incredibly familiar web tree of roguelike progression that culminates in a boss battle. Each step along the way leads you into one of 4 encounters: a fight that will kick your ass, a treasure chest, or a random decision-making event that might also be a fight that will kick your ass. These fights, however, are where the pachinko party festivities begin. At the top of the screen, you'll see your cool-ass little goblin friend doing his thing on the left while a motley crew of angry enemies positions themselves on the right. Down here, you'll see a stack of balls ready and waiting for their chance to bounce into action. Your task now is to launch the top orb into this meticulously arranged collection of pegs to try and hit as many as possible before it falls out of the bottom. Each peg possesses the deadly power of numbers and will add itself to the previously hit pegs that disappear as they unleash their power. Once the ridiculously long or disappointingly short journey out of this forest of pegs concludes, you'll then launch the peg-powered sphere at the first enemy lined up to accept their ball-blasting fate. You're not working with just any set of balls though. These come in all shapes and colors, and some even have special powers. One might be extra bouncy, spending more time cultivating numbers, while another can hit more than one target when it's eventually launched at your queue of enemies. This one causes pegs to add more of that magical number power for each hit. And this one gives you the ability to turn every 8th peg into a bomb. Bombs are special pegs that give your ball that explosive flavor it craves and launches it back up for more pegging action. It also hands your cool-ass little goblin a bomb to chuck at his enemies that totally wrecks every enemy on the screen. In addition to special bomb pegs, you've also got this peg that gives you a critical hit, which instead of multiplying each hit by this number, it does it by this much larger number. It also turns everything red to let you know you're about to spill some bad guy blood. There's also one more peg that refreshes the board and brings back all the sacrifice pegs for you to harvest their number magic once again. The variety of enemies you'll be pelting with your ball collection ranges from minimally threatening blobs and thorn-spitting plants to weird-ass bosses and whatever the hell this thing is. But once you've used this peg-pounding process to defeat the odd collection of enemies and finished off the rest that get dumped out of this box, you'll have to fire your cool-ass little goblin ball into one of the holes to hopefully determine which route you take through that classic roguelike web. After you've made your way through 3 zones and collected a wall of trinkets that buff up your abilities until you're massively overpowered, you'll suddenly find yourself finished with the game and unlocking the incredible ability to play it again, but slightly more difficult with Crucible. Peglin, the addictive qualities of pachinko without any of the fun gambling debt. After playing Peggle 100 years ago, I've always subconsciously wanted more games like this, so I jumped at the opportunity to play this one. However, despite having that somehow super entertaining chance-based magic I loved in Plinko from The Price is Right, this game doesn't seem to be treading much new ground. It's also very limited and currently doesn't have that much content in it. The developers seem to have some solid ideas with the Crucible difficulty system and allowing you to eventually use other characters, presumably with different abilities, but right now it's just a $20 early access game that you can finish pretty quickly with minimal replayability. For those reasons, I'm giving Peglin the abbreviated score of OK. If you'd like to see more hot takes, warm satire, and tepid commentary about video games, make sure to subscribe and check out my other abbreviated reviews.